Download this code from codegive.com, link in the description below. OK, let's dive deep into a common pitfall in programming related to returning values, along with code examples in multiple languages. The mistake we're focusing on is not handling all possible execution paths with a return statement, leading to undefined behavior, unexpected results, or compiler warnings/errors. This is a fundamental concept but easily overlooked, especially in complex logic. The core problem: missing return statements. Imagine a function designed to calculate something or determine a specific outcome. If your function has branches, like if, else, switch, loops with conditions, you must ensure that every possible path through the function always ends with a return statement. If there's a scenario where the function completes without hitting a return, you're in trouble. Why this is bad? One undefined behavior. The language specification often considers it undefined behavior to reach the end of a function without a return if the function is supposed to return a value. Undefined behavior means the compiler can do anything. It might return a garbage value, whatever happens to be in the register where the return value is stored. Crash your program. Corrupt memory. Appear to work correctly, until it doesn't. This is the worst case because it's hard to debug. 2. Compiler warnings/errors. Many compilers are smart enough to detect missing return statements in certain scenarios and will issue a warning or even an error. Treat these warnings seriously. They are your friends. 3. Logic errors. A missing return usually indicates a flaw in your program's logic. You haven't accounted for all possible inputs or states. Examples in various languages. Let's illustrate this with code examples in several popular languages. 1. C/C++. Explanation. The check number function is supposed to return 1 if number is positive, -1 if negative, and implicitly, we might assume 0 if it's 0. Crucially, there's no return statement for the case when number equals 0. The program might appear to work sometimes, because the register where the return value is stored might happen to contain 0, but it's unreliable and incorrect. Fix: C/C++. 2. Java. Explanation. Java's compiler is generally stricter than C/C++. In this case, the Java compiler will likely refuse to compile this code because it detects the missing return statement. This is a good thing. It prevents you from introducing a bug. Fix: Java. 3. Python. Explanation. Python handles this situation differently than C++ or Java. If a function doesn't explicitly return a value, it implicitly returns none. Fix: Python. 4. JavaScript. Explanation. Similar to Python, JavaScript also implicitly returns undefined if a function doesn't explicitly return a value. Fix: JavaScript. 5. Go. Explanation. The Go compiler catches this issue at compile time, preventing a potential runtime error. Go requires explicit return statements for all possible code paths within a function. Fix: Go. Common scenarios where this mistake happens. 1. Complex if-else chains. As shown in the examples above, these are classic places to forget a return statement in one of the else if or the final else block. 2. Switch statements. Make sure every case and the default, if you have one, includes a return if the function should return something. 3. Loops with conditions. If a loop has a condition for exiting, you need to think carefully about what happens if the loop never executes. Example, the condition is initially false. You might need a return statement after the loop. For exception handling asterisk, if your function can throw an exception, you might need to ensure that all possible execution paths, including the exception handling paths, end with a return. This is particularly important in languages like C++, where destructors are called when exceptions are thrown, potentially leading to complex interactions. Best practices to avoid this mistake. 1. Always use an else or default asterisk whenever you have an if-else if chain or a switch statement. Try to always include a final else or default block, even if you think it's impossible to reach. This forces you to explicitly consider that case. 2. Write test cases asterisk, write unit tests that specifically target all possible scenarios and input values. This is the best way to catch missing return statements and other logical errors. 3. Enable compiler warnings asterisk, make sure your compiler is configured to issue warnings about missing return statements. In GCC/Clang, use the wall or return type flags. In Visual Studio, set the warning level appropriately. For early returns asterisk, consider using early returns to simplify your code. For example, instead of you could write. This can sometimes make the control flow clearer. 5. Code reviews asterisk, have someone else review your code. A fresh pair of eyes can often spot mistakes that you've missed. 6. Static analysis tools asterisk, use static analysis tools, like Coverighty, SonarCube, or Clang Static Analyzer, to automatically detect potential errors in your code, including missing return statements. Example, loops and missing returns. Fix asterisk. In summary asterisk, always carefully consider all possible paths through your functions and ensure that each one ends with a return statement, if the function is supposed to return a value. Take compiler warnings seriously, write thorough tests, and use code reviews or static analysis to catch these subtle but potentially devastating errors. Okay, let's dive into a crucial aspect of coding that often trips up developers, especially beginners: returning values correctly from functions, and avoiding common mistakes that can lead to unexpected behavior and bugs. This tutorial will be comprehensive, covering different programming languages, common pitfalls, and how to ensure your functions return what you intend them to. The importance of returning values correctly. Functions are the building blocks of organized and reusable code. One of their primary purposes is to perform a specific task and then return a result. This result can be a simple value, like a number or a string, a complex data structure, like a list, dictionary, or object, or even nothing at all, which is often represented by none or void. When a function doesn't return the correct value, or doesn't return anything when it should, it can lead to incorrect calculations if a function meant to calculate a sum returns none, your program will likely crash or produce wrong answers when you try to use that none value in further calculations. Unexpected program flow conditional statements, like if statements, rely on the return values of functions to make decisions. A wrong return value can cause the program to take an incorrect path. Data corruption if a function is supposed to modify a data structure and return the modified version, but it doesn't, the original data structure might be left unchanged, leading to inconsistent data. Difficult debugging tracing the source of a bug can be much harder if you are not confident about what values your functions are returning. Common mistakes and how to avoid them, with code examples. Let's look at some of the most common errors related to returning values from functions, along with clear examples in Python, JavaScript, Java, and C++. We'll focus on scenarios where beginners often make these mistakes. 1. Forgetting to return a value. explicitly. Asterisk the mistake asterisk you write a function that performs a calculation or some kind of processing, but you forget to include a return statement at the end. Asterisk why it's a problem asterisk in many languages, if a function doesn't have a return statement, it implicitly returns none, Python, undefined, JavaScript, or void, Java/C++. This can lead to type errors or unexpected behavior when you try to use the result of the function. Asterisk examples asterisk. Python asterisk. Corrected Python asterisk. JavaScript asterisk. Corrected JavaScript asterisk. Java asterisk. Corrected Java asterisk. C++ asterisk. Corrected C++ asterisk. Asterisk how to avoid it asterisk. Asterisk always double check asterisk before finishing a function, make sure you have a return statement that returns the intended value. Asterisk think about the purpose asterisk when you're designing a function, clearly define what it should return. This will help you remember to include the necessary return statement. Asterisk use code linters asterisk many code editors and linters can automatically detect missing return statements and warn you. 2. Returning the wrong variable or value. Asterisk the mistake asterisk you accidentally return the wrong variable, a default value, or an intermediate result instead of the final, processed value. Asterisk why it's a problem asterisk this leads to incorrect results and can be difficult to debug because the function does return something, but it's not what you expect. Asterisk examples asterisk. Python asterisk. Corrected Python asterisk. JavaScript asterisk. Corrected JavaScript. Java asterisk. Corrected Java. C++ asterisk. Corrected C++. Asterisk how to avoid it asterisk. Asterisk double check the variable asterisk make sure you're returning the correct variable or expression that holds the final result you want to return. Asterisk pay attention to scope asterisk ensure that the variable you're returning is within the scope of the function, i.e., it's defined inside the function or is a global variable. Asterisk use meaningful variable names asterisk good variable names make it easier to understand what each variable represents and reduce the chances of accidentally returning the wrong one. Asterisk test thoroughly asterisk write test cases that specifically check the function's return value with different inputs to ensure it's returning the correct result. 3. Returning too early, prematurely. Asterisk the mistake asterisk you place a return statement inside a loop or conditional block, causing the function to exit prematurely, before it can complete its intended task. Asterisk why it's a problem asterisk the function might return an incomplete or incorrect result because it didn't process all the necessary data. Asterisk examples asterisk. Python asterisk. JavaScript asterisk. Corrected JavaScript asterisk. Java asterisk. C++ asterisk. Asterisk how to avoid it asterisk. Asterisk think about the logic asterisk carefully analyze your loop and conditional statements. Determine whether you want the function to return immediately under certain conditions or continue processing. Asterisk move the return statement asterisk if you only want to return after the loop has finished, move the return statement outside the loop. Asterisk use break asterisk if you want to exit the loop but not the function, use the break statement to exit the loop and continue with the rest of the function's code. 4. Mutating input arguments without returning the modified value. Asterisk the mistake asterisk you modify a mutable data structure, like a list or object, that was passed as an argument to the function, but you don't return the modified data structure. The caller might expect the function to return the modified data, but it only receives the original, unchanged data. This is often referred to as side effects. Asterisk why it's a problem. Asterisk while modifying arguments can be a valid approach in some cases, it can also lead to unexpected side effects and make your code harder to understand. It's generally best to avoid modifying arguments unless it's explicitly documented and understood. Asterisk examples. Asterisk Python. Asterisk Better Python, returning the modified list. Best Python, creating a new list instead of modifying the original. JavaScript. Asterisk Better JavaScript, returning the modified object. Best JavaScript, creating a new object instead of modifying the original. Java, demonstrating the concept, Java is pass by value for objects, but the reference is passed. Asterisk how to avoid it. Asterisk be mindful of mutability. Asterisk understand whether the data structure you're working with is mutable, can be changed in place, or immutable, cannot be changed after creation. Asterisk return the modified value. Asterisk if you choose to modify an argument, be sure to return the modified value so the caller can use it. Asterisk consider creating a copy. Asterisk for mutable data structures, it's often safer to create a copy of the data structure inside the function, modify the copy, and then return the copy. This avoids modifying the original data and prevents unexpected side effects. Use techniques like slicing, in Python, the spread operator, in JavaScript, or explicit copy constructors in Java and C++. Asterisk document side effects. Asterisk if your function intentionally modifies an argument, clearly document this behavior in the function's docstring or comments. 5. Incorrectly handling multiple return paths, conditional returns. Asterisk the mistake. Asterisk in functions with multiple if/else or switch statements, you might forget to return a value in one or more of the possible execution paths. This can lead to the function returning none, undefined, or causing a runtime error. Asterisk why it's a problem. Asterisk functions should always return a value, or explicitly return none/void, regardless of the execution path taken. Asterisk examples. Asterisk Python. Asterisk corrected Python. Asterisk JavaScript. Asterisk corrected JavaScript. Asterisk Java. Asterisk corrected Java. Asterisk C++. Asterisk corrected C++. Asterisk asterisk how to avoid it. Asterisk think about all possible cases. Asterisk when writing functions with conditional logic, carefully consider all possible input values and the corresponding execution paths. Asterisk use else or a default return. Asterisk ensure that you have a final else block or a default return statement at the end of the function to handle any cases that weren't explicitly covered by the if or elif statements. Asterisk use a truth table or decision table. Asterisk for complex conditional logic, consider creating a truth table or decision table to help you visualize all possible input combinations and the desired output for each combination. Asterisk code reviews. Asterisk have another developer review your code to help identify any missing return paths. 6. Returning multiple values, tuple/list/object. Asterisk the mistake. Asterisk you intend to return multiple values from a function, but you don't package them correctly. Or, you package them correctly, but you don't unpack them properly when you call the function. Asterisk why it's a problem. Asterisk you might end up with only one value being returned, or you might have difficulty accessing the individual values. Asterisk examples. Asterisk Python, returning a tuple. Python, returning a dictionary. JavaScript, returning an object. Java, returning a custom object. C++, returning a struct. Asterisk how to avoid it. Asterisk choose the right data structure. Asterisk decide whether a tuple/pair, for simple, Ordered values, a list, for a collection of similar values, a dictionary/object, for named values, or a custom class/struct is the most appropriate way to represent the multiple values u.